for the purpose of successful living. Thank you. You may be seated. I want to take this opportunity to honor and to respect and to acknowledge those, a time of remembrance this Memorial Day weekend. There's this little short saying, Memorial Day is a time to remember and to hone and to show our respect for all men and women who gave up their lives for this country that they fought to protect. Although we cannot picture all of their faces or recognize each person's name, we thank you today and for your families that have made a tremendous sacrifice for our freedom. Those brave U.S. soldiers, when called by our country, they came. And certainly we want to thank all of them and to the families who have lost loved ones to the service and serving this great country that we live in. We all owe those families a debt of gratitude and appreciation. It's more than just barbecuing. Sometimes people don't even know the freedom and freedom costs. I want to share with you those that are joining us from the Greenville campus. We're here at the Greenwood campus, and to those that are watching through our virtual campus and online, we'd like to say to you, if the opportunity, please present itself to go to our YouTube channel. I believe it's the House of Reconciliation, and subscribe to it. We're trying to increase our viewership so that we can get good information into the hands of people who are desiring to change their life. I'm not going to take up much of your time because I know this is a holiday weekend, and some of you all probably got your grills at the house on. And, I just see one of my media team, they're like, I ain't going to be there Sunday, and they all up in the corner. So, I don't know what'll be going on sometime. So I'm not going to hold you long. I didn't hold Greenville long. We have been talking about closing the circle. And we have had conversations about how did we get into a state of a half circle in our lives. Because sometimes we're literally carrying out things that are only a reflection of us. And so we many times don't know why our attitude, our behavior, or even our children are responding the way they do. And we've talked in at some length about how sin creeped in. First, deposit was in Eve, then Adam was selective in his choice. And so we had a broken relationship. This is how we lost harmony. So if you're going to write this morning in brief, one of the words is going to be redeveloping harmony. And before you and I can have harmony with others, we have to have harmony within ourselves. We got to find how to balance our body, mind, and spirit. We have to learn the power of our nature as well as the power of our spirit. And so we've used various terms when we've talked about the subconscious. I just want to read it to you again because actually we're going to move to more powerful phases. I was reading, I think it was last night, that the subconscious and the imagination are not two of the same. And I was thinking, man, because I was kind of thinking that it was, but when I dug a little deeper, they are not linked. And actually I have some material that I didn't get a chance to really study, is that how one works from the bottom up and how the other one works from the top down. And so the subconscious is something that has yet to be discovered in the brain. But if it takes control, 5 or 3% will turn into 95%. And so the subconscious concerning the part of the mind of which one is not fully aware. Have you ever done anything that you didn't think you were going to do, or said something you didn't plan to say, or put yourself in a particular situation you didn't plan to put yourself in, and you wonder why? And we've said to ourselves over time, I'm smarter than that. But that is not how we responded at that time. And that moment and that time can cause us because we're truly not aware of what's going on inside of us. So the next word, if you're going to write, is destruction comes from the inside before it's known in the public or in our lives. And so what it says is a subconscious concerning the part of the mind of which one is not fully aware, but which influences actions and feelings. And I've said to you before, I said it when I was here on Tuesday, I understand now why I was teaching on the 5 wise and the 5 foolish. Is literally because I had to get to this point and I couldn't figure it out. And just looking at the parable and understanding about they were supposed to be preparing to get ready for the bridegroom and all of that. And the bridegroom didn't come when everybody thought the bridegroom was going to come. It said it was a knock at midnight. But here's the thing, in discovering and dissecting that was what was one of the pure difference. And one that I came up with was innocent but not pure. The other one was the 5 wise saw things in life through their personal lens. Personal lens. That is what the 5 foolish did. They saw it through the personal lens. And I'm going to deal with that briefly here to set us up for Tuesday. The 5 wise dealt with things through more of a professional lens. And you would say, what's the difference? When the culture of a person or a child, and this is what it says, example of the subconscious. Examples of the subconscious are memories, beliefs, fears, subjective maps of reality. The thing with your subconscious mind, it's very powerful and can, without awareness, direct the course of what you do in life. Now, what does that mean? Our subconscious can take over our mind and control our body and take us down a road that we're totally unprepared for. This is how powerful that our emotions and our feelings, I'm going to add something, and our pain can drive a person away from the very thing that was put in place to assist them to be successful. Because when that pain and that subconscious get together, it creates and brings back to life the nightmares that a person has tried to get away from. So here's what happens. This is why I talked about the culture and environment is so important. And I said this at the Greenville campus this morning, was many times from an infant stage, and where we make an error as people is we're taking on greater responsibility and we haven't solidified our foundation ourselves. Ask me where that comes from. Our culture. It comes from a broken culture. Do you know the 2 things that many cultures exemplify? And why we make excuses to do certain things? You know those 2 powerful words? Struggle and survival. And so when a home or a village is all based on struggle and survival, it is never placed in a safe place to build a foundation. Because the 2 concepts, struggle and survival, will always have a person in reaction mode and not preparation mode. So if you come up in a culture of constant broken cycles, it shuts down the senses in the body. What does that mean? All right, let's role play here. Come over here, D. I just want you to start talking. Well, let's talk about my lung. I know, I got it. Okay. You don't need me to do. Okay, you got it. Okay. That is the subconscious overruling the conscious. So the conscious